Durrrr Million Dollar Challenge is brought to you by FullTiltPoker.com.
Tom Dwan, king of the poker world, has shouted to all pretenders to the throne, "Come and get me if you dare." Welcome to the Les Ambassador Casino in London. This is the Full Tilt Poker Durrrr Million Dollar Challenge. Brave Brit Sammy George has stood up and sat down. The riches so close he can grab them. But be careful, this crown has thorns. Welcome to the Les Ambassadors Casino in Mayfair, London. It is here that high-stakes superstar Durrrr issued his challenge to play the greatest cash game players and prove he is the very best in the business. They will each bring $500,000 to the table and play 500 hands. Money and pride is on the line, and the challengers are London businessman Sammy NE2 George, Italian high-stakes cash player Marcello, and Finnish pro Zygmunt. Each hope to win hundreds of thousands of dollars and claim victory over Tom Dwan.
I would always rather end up with the money. I don't care if I get lucky or play well to get there, but it's most likely that you end up with the money if you play well.
Last time, Sammy NE2 George took on the mighty Durrrr in this cash game brawl, and it was non-stop chat at the film.
I can't believe I'm playing Tom Dwan.
I think it'd be an awesome game.
I'm sure your body looks nicer naked than mine.
All right.
They were evenly matched during the early stages, but it was Tom Dwan who stepped up the pace when he went all in with aces, and Sammy called with ace-king.
Come on, cool.
You got a feel for Sammy. There's nothing he can do.
Over.
There was another all-in move from Durrrr with a flush. Sammy had a long think before he passed kings. It's a good pass.
Yeah, that's a good laydown.
Sammy's fun to be at the table with, and he's a fun guy to hang out with, even across poker tables. So it's been interesting.
It's a pleasure and a privilege to play at the highest level with the best.
First couple hours of play have seen Durrrr take the chip lead. He's about $250,000 ahead, most of it based on that big hand with the aces against ace-king. Sammy's dug a hole for himself. Is he up for the challenge to get even? And I'm thrilled to be joined throughout this match by high-stakes cash player, tournament player Isaac Haxton. Isaac, what do you think the challenge is for Sammy right now?
Just to stay focused, not get too over-aggressive or impatient, not be trying to, get even in the next 30 hands. He just needs to be thinking about trying to play each hand as well as he can as the match progresses.
So, really, you take that massive pot out of it. Sammy's played quite well. He's gotten some big bluffs off, made some good passes.
He absolutely has. He's found himself in a lot of situations where he was facing a bet on the end with effectively a bluff catcher and made a lot of good choices. Folded when he should have folded, called when he should have called.
This sort of match, really this challenge, the first of its kind live, but this is what people are doing these days, playing heads up. You didn't start out as a heads up player, and that's almost all you play now, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. My first 3 years playing poker, I played very little other than 10-handed limit hold'em. And in the last year, probably 3/4 of my play has been heads up no limit.
So I'm taking that pot. Worst hand before the flop makes top pair. He's not tired. Can't be tired when you're up $250,000, can you? You loud? But it's sort of, have you come to realize or to decide that heads-up play is the most skillful form of the game? Do you think that's what is happening in the poker world now?
I do think it's the most skillful variation of no limit anyhow, and also the most exciting. In 6 or 9-handed games, there's so much waiting for a strong hand, getting a strong hand that largely plays itself, and running it into somebody else's strong hand that largely plays itself. And in heads-up no limit, you really have to be contesting every pot. It's a lot faster paced and more exciting.
3-bet by Durrrr. Check the flop. Does this check have to do with the flop texture, just sort of a rhythm?
I think that would be the main consideration, yeah. Almost never is Sammy going to have a hand that has no piece of that board, so Durrrr would have to be prepared to fire multiple barrels to bluff Sammy off of anything here, and he very likely might face a raise if he bets the flop.
6 looks like a good card on the turn for Durrrr.
Somewhat, though. He shouldn't be at all surprised to see that Sammy has flopped a pair of 6s and checked it back.
And I mean, if you're Sammy here, is calling the move because it'll look like you're on a draw, or do you like raising?
The board is so coordinated, it's so likely that he's up against Queen Jack or Jack 8 or something like that with a lot of outs, or some pair that's going to feel obligated to call a raise.
Do you like overall raising then?
Overall, I would prefer a raise here from Sammy, yeah.
And a kind of a shutout raise, so you don't give anyone a price to catch up?
Yeah, I wouldn't make it small enough that a draw could just call. I'd make it at least 50,000, maybe a bit more even.
Raise up to 52. Fold.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, he's done it perfect there. You just wonder, Durrrr quickly folding, if he's not even giving Sammy credit for being able to have a draw there, if you know what I mean.
We've seen Tom over and over folding in spots where he can only beat a bluff. And it does not seem that he's giving Sammy a lot of credit for being able to make a big bluff.
Back to their favorite topic of conversation, Nobu.
Actually, I guess I didn't bet on shrimp. This is probably how Ivy feels every day. My son is. He offered me 50K.
Is he on 50 now?
Yeah.
He'll go to 150.
We'll go to 383.
Really?
I think so. That was my original number. I mean, I think if I didn't let him buy out, I still would win a lot of the time from him just.
What, from him just?
And over me $1 million.
But he won't bet. I mean, he won't bet. He won't buy out unless he's really. Unless he's really.
Dude, it messes with you. You like, can't miss a meal when you don't eat meat. I mean, it is healthier for you, but it doesn't go well with, you know, like the rest of your life. You know, I mean, like you can't play poker and stuff and not eat any meat whatsoever. He offers 300K.
Yeah, but why did he make that bet with you though? That's what I don't understand.
He thought he could do it. He thought he had a $3 million he was making.
In a year?
Yeah.
A year's a long time, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about this proposition bet. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Like,
it sounds like Ivy stands to make $1 million if he can last a year without eating meat.
You know, he thought he was suckering me and making $3 million. And
if I'm following this conversation, Ivy just offered to buy out for 50,000, and Tom is holding out for it to go higher.
Right.
So 40 days. I do it every year.
oh my god.
Meat
Do you
and
eat
fish.
chicken?
Huh?
Do you eat chicken?
What do you mean?
Does chicken count as meat?
What's it called? Chicken does not. Of course, chicken. Are you serious?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Are you me? Chicken counts as meat? You mad?
22,000.
Does chicken count as meat? Of course. No chicken, no fish, no chicken, no fish, no.
What do you eat?
This is what these guys, they make these crazy prop bets. I mean, you're around them all the time, aren't you?
Yeah,
40 days?
I've
Why should we do
seen
it for 60 days?
lots of ridiculous prop bets.
For like Lent. Like in, like when they do Easter.
Heard stories of
Yeah,
more
40 days
ridiculous
before the next
ones.
one. Just
Something about Huckseed having to walk to Mexico from Las Vegas.
so it's just like
All kinds of crazy
eating
things.
rice and you eat more carbs.
But,
believe it or not, like
you know, these
potatoes
players,
and-
they look at the prop bet the same way they
things
do
like
with
that, just to
poker.
keep
They're
you
the same way
going.
they analyze it.
Raise up to 3,000.
You know what I mean? Just like to keep you going, just to see it.
And,
you get
yeah,
so
$1 million
full.
for not eating meat.
And it
Huh?
blows
But,
you a lot.
Negrano
You
could do
get,
it.
oh, it's horrible. You know. But we do it all the time for Lent, so it's okay.
Sounds terrible.
It's not really terrible.
Are you allowed to eat eggs?
Yeah, you can do eggs. You're allowed
It's
to
quite
do
interesting because
eggs. You're allowed to do eggs. But like, Oh, sorry.
Tom
You're allowed to do
doesn't
eggs,
usually
but,
like
you
to
can't-
talk when he's
what's it-
playing
you can't
live.
do,
And it's sort of the idea
for
right now,
example,
is he
you
trying to
can't do,
distract Sammy, or is he just trying to keep it very
yeah,
friendly,
you can't
or is it
do-
just, they just are friendly?
Like my mum, she does it. Like,
I think it's mostly the latter of
vegan,
those.
like,
I
no
think
eggs,
that
no milk,
this is just a
no
generally
nothing.
sort of
Like,
friendly
no
situation
eggs, no
that
milk, no dairy, absolutely out the diet. So it's just like
they're
it's
here to
just,
have fun.
What's it called? It's just pure vegetable, and that's it. Imagine that. My mum would do that easy for $1 million. You know what I hope?
There is
If I
a...
win, I hope the dollar goes down. And if I lose, I hope the dollar goes